that's where I'll have to start questioning my life choices. This one? Oh god, I hope that's the right choice. I hope that's the right choice. I'm trying to think what else was on my end of year TBR. What other books were on there? What did Path Rachel mean by this one? No, let's not do that. Let's not do that at all. Hi guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new and welcome to my November TBR video. This TBR video needs to go to plan because there are still so many books I want to read by the end of the year and we only have 2 months left, which is crazy. If you haven't seen my end of year TBR video, those are basically all the books I need to try and read by the end of the year, hence the title, and I want to try and fit most of them on my November TBR if I can, if possible, depending on what the TBR gods have in store for me. So if you are new to my channel, I pick prompts out of a TBR jar, as everyone does these days, but with a little bit of a twist. I also use a spinner wheel to dictate what I do with said prompt. You'll get it as we go along, because that's all the housekeeping things. I just need to get the books on my end of the year TBR onto my November TBR to stay on track. So yeah, without further ado, let's go into the first spin and see what we're going to do with the first prompt. Let's spin. Pick two, choose one. Okay, kind of a good one. So I'll pick 2 prompts out of this and I'll just pick one of those 2 to actually complete. So that'll give us quite a lot of, hopefully, options in terms of like if there's one prompt I just really don't want, then we can go with the other prompt. If both of them are bad, then that's where I'll have to start questioning my life choices. So we'll go for this one and we'll go for this one. And the first one we have to pick between is, okay, quite good actually for my end of year TBR. Intimidating read. And then the other one is, ooh, okay. I think I know, unfortunately, which one I'm going to have to pick. Recent haul. I think I'm gonna have to go for intimidating and pick a book from my end of year TBR, and they're on my end of year TBR because it's intimidating. I'm actually gonna put recent haul back in, just for lols. So intimidating read is going to be our first pick for November, and I should just go for a book that I've been on my TBR for years, and the reason I haven't read it is because it's intimidating. We could go for quite a few. We could go for a soft DNF, we could go for a book that I've never tried before. Oh, what do I go for? This is also another option. It's actually like a really good prompt to kick off my November TBR, but I think I'm going to go for Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe, just because I feel like this is like, it's screaming November to me. I don't know if it's the dark cover or what, but it's a very much intimidating read. I tried to read this way back when I first started my channel and I got about 40 pages into it. This is an LGBTQ YA romance set in 1954 in Chinatown, where 2 girls fall in love. So yeah, I'm excited. I've heard incredible things about it. Even most recently on my end of year TBR, someone actually commented saying they just read this and it was absolutely incredible. So this is the first book going on my TBR for November. This is definitely an intimidating read because this book has been on my TBR for like almost 4 years. So good start in terms of like conquering my end of year TBR, but intimidating nevertheless, which is obviously perfect for the prompt. So let's go for spin number 2 to see what we're going to do with this prompt. This wheel always takes so long. What's it going to be? A standard? A standard. So that's just where I pull a prompt and do what it tells me to do. So let's pull our next prompt and we'll go for this one. Oh god, I hope that's the right choice. I hope that's the right choice. And if you're new around here, I usually do 5 or 6 pulls depending on my mood. So this is, ooh, interesting. Okay, multiple POV, if you can read that. Multiple POV, interesting. So that is also, once again, very much like a free reign, I can pick whichever I want book. So let's have a look at Crazy Rich Asians. Is this gonna be multiple POV without like spoiling myself? Oh, it is. Okay, interesting. I wasn't actually expecting this book to be multiple POVs. This is an option for sure. What about Yoke? I don't remember this being multiple POV. I don't think so. So that one's off the table. Also have Careless and Mistakes Were Made on my end of year TBR. This is an adult romance. It always gives me hope when the character's name's at the top of the chapter. This is multiple POV, this is dual POV, I'm assuming, so that's also an option. What about Careless? No, Careless isn't, okay. I'm trying to think what else was on my end of year TBR. What other books were on there? And then Friends and Strangers was also on my end of year TBR, but I don't think has Elizabeth on there. Maybe it's done in parts, so like the first part is Elizabeth, but I don't know when the first part ends. It's also, okay, interesting, I have quite a few options to pick between in terms of my multiple POV options. This is a adult contemporary book about a girl in college who becomes a babysitter for kind of a very well-off family and then starts falling for the husband in short term. This is obviously very popular. This is about our main character Rachel, who spends the summer with her boyfriend in Singapore, not realising that her boyfriend is from a very, very wealthy family, and then she gets like swept into like the crazy rich Asian vibes. And then Mistakes Were Made is a LGBTQ adult romance when our main character falls for her best friend's mum at a college bar. So all very different vibes, and all very different vibes to my first pick as well. So in terms of like books that have been on my TBR the longest, I should probably go for Crazy Rich Asians rather than like my 2024 TBR, because these are both 2024 TBR books, but this is one of my oldest books on my TBR. So I really don't know what I should pick. You know what? I'm going to go Mistakes Were Made by Merrill Weiser, just because I feel like it might just be an easy read, like a quick rom-com romance, and the synopsis has always really intrigued me. So it does follow our main character Cassie, who ends up going to an off-campus bar one night and isn't looking for a hookup, and then she ends up hooking up with her best friend's mum. And Erin was meant to spend the weekend getting closer to her daughter, not hooking up. Erin, obviously the best friend's mum, but what should have been a one-time fling quickly proves impossible to ignore, and soon Cassie and Erin are sneaking around. So it does sound funny. I've tried to read this before, but I never really got into the writing style, so I'm really hoping this time round I enjoy it. So that's the second book on my TBR for November. In terms of like I keep saying, getting the books on my TBR that I need to get on my TBR, this is going very well, but not books I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to read. But let's go for prompt number 3. I think that's in focus. What is it? Double up prompts. Okay, double up prompts means, I'm trying to think, what did Past Rachel mean by this prompt? I think it means pulling 2 prompts and combining the 2, so i.e. like YA and a romance, or adult and a thriller, etc. So let's see what 2 prompts we get. Oh my god, this could be proven to not be possible, but let's just go for this one and this one, and hope that they work in a double up situation. So we have, okay, book for a vlog, and ooh, that doesn't work. The next one is Fable Recommends, which is a new book app that I'm trying out. They don't actually work, so what I'm going to do is put back Fable Recommends and pick another one, just because book for a vlog will work, whereas Fable Recommends is like really going rogue with the book choice. So my game, my rules. Oh, which one do I go for? Unless we scrap that and we'll go for these 2. Let's just do that. Why not? No, let's not do that. Let's not do that at all. It's like the game was like, you're not meant to be doing that. That is non-fiction. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that. So non-fiction. You know what? I'm just going to throw this prompt away because I don't read non-fiction anymore. So we're just going to put that back. No, we're not. We need chaos, chaos, chaos. We need this one for the book for the vlog. Ooh, what does that even say? Return to a soft DNF. Why does that actually work perfectly? Because I was going to do a vlog of books that I should give another go. So in terms of like soft DNF, we have Yoke and Careless, I think, are the 2 that are coming straight to mind. Yeah, reading the old, no, it's reading oldest books on my TBR. Okay. Well, that works perfectly. Oh no, 'cause I haven't soft DNF this one. Okay, that doesn't work as perfectly. but it works perfectly that I can still get a book on my TBR that's on my end of year TBR that I want to read for a vlog that I've also soft DNF'd. Wow, the criteria these books have to try and jump through to get on my TBR is ridiculous these days. So this book is going on my TBR because I've soft DNF'd it. It is for a reading vlog that I have coming up in the beginning of December, but I'm going to film it in November now, clearly. And it's also a book for a vlog. Wait, what are the criteria? Vlog, soft DNF, and obviously on my end of year TBR. So this is a YA book about a sister relationship between June and Jane, and one of them unfortunately gets cancer and Jane becomes the only one who can help her. Flung together by circumstance, housing woos and family secrets, where the sisters learn more about each other than they're willing to confront, and what if while helping June, Jane has to face the fact that maybe she's sick too. I heard amazing things about this book when it first came out on the scene in like 2021, and I got 200 pages into it and then decided to DNF it. So this could be a book that I do end up deciding just to hard DNF once and for all, but I wanted to give it one more go, hence why I stayed on my TBR for the last 3 years. So hopefully this time round I can actually get it read. What a rogue TBR so far. Very bluey dark black colours. Let's go for prompt number 4. I don't know why the wheel isn't focusing anymore. There you go. Pick 2, choose 1. Okay, this TBR is like, I treated you really badly last month. I'm going to be a bit nicer to you this time around. So we've had a lot of picking 2 and choosing 1. So go for these 2 because they came as a package. We have, oh, there's 3. Okay. We have, ooh. Okay, luckily it's not combining the prompt, it's only picking 1, and I don't think I'm going to pick this one, which is scroll and stop. And then the other one is, please be a good one, please be a good one. Okay, audiobook, which isn't horrendous. I can definitely get on board with an audiobook, so I am going to pick audiobook and put scroll and stop back in the TBR. Audiobook. Time to go to Everand, because that is where I get all my audiobooks from, aka used to be Scribd, if you weren't aware. I'm hoping maybe a book that I want to read that's on my physical TBR is also on Everand. Oh, okay. I could read Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella, which was gifted to me by Emily for my birthday this year, so that's always an option, getting a book off my TBR. Until I Met You is also on my TBR, but that's very summary. Kismet by Luke Trendon has been on my TBR for, I want to say, the same amount of time as Yoke, but it's not on my end of year TBR because I forgot about it, so I could, that one, wherever it is. This one, that no one I've ever seen anyone talk about this book. If Fleabag were a book, this would be it. A love story about imperfect people obsessed by perfect matches. With a big birthday just around the corner, an important new project at work, and a long-term boyfriend, Anna should feel like her life is falling into place. But somehow she just doesn't feel sure about, well, anything. So she decides to download a dating app, Kismet, just for a test, of course. Will she embrace the life she has or risk everything for the life that she imagines? And it sounds really good. But I've just never been drawn to it. It's the cover. The cover is absolutely disgusting, and just don't think it hopefully does the book and the story justice. So that could be an option because I have the audiobook on Everand. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Firefly Lane is an audiobook on Everand, but I think I want to like read that one like with my eyeballs. What else have we got? Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I have on my Cat Lady. I also have Love Like Farms by B.K. Borison, which is also on my Kindle, but it's also on Everand because I tried to read it as an audiobook last year and couldn't get into it. But Cat Lady is also an option. We have lots of options. I didn't think we'd have this many options. 7X's. Feel More Like That is a summary book. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to, just to be the continuation of the like, we're just going to get all the oldest books off my TBR this month and we're going to feel good about myself. I'm going to feel good about my TBR trolley going into 2025 with all the books that have been on it for like 3 or 4 years are off it. So we're going to go for Kismet by Luke Trendon. This is a very rogue choice, but a choice I feel like needs to happen. And I'm hoping this TBR doesn't end in a load of DNFs because putting these books on it, I feel like may be the case because soft DNF, soft DNF, soft DNF, soft DNF. Because I read like the first 10 pages of this book when I was in like a reading slump, like 3 years ago now. I sound like a broken record, but I couldn't get into it, so obviously I DNF'd it for a future time, and that future time is here, it's now, it is happening. Let's go for, so that's the 4th one. Let's just do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. Let's go again. Roll number 5 is gonna be standard. Free pick. You. TBR gods are being nice to me this month. I don't know whether I should just, because I've got so many books. Ooh, I was gonna say, because I've got so many books that I don't really want to read on my TBR currently, just to try and get them off my TBR, I should go for like a fun book that I know I'm gonna enjoy. But I just don't know what that fun joyous book's gonna be. And then I had a think, and I think I'm gonna go to my Kindle, and it's another book on my end of year TBR, but less of a priority, and that is Legends and Lattes by Travis Boldtree. I want to say is how you pronounce the name. I'm gonna put that book on my TBR. I'm just gonna confirm the author. I'm pretty sure that's the author's name. Yeah. Boldtree. Legends and Lattes by Travis Boldtree, which is a cozy fantasy, hopefully perfect also for November as we're heading out of the autumn season and into Christmas. Nice cozy kind of like small town fantasy about like mythical creatures who own a coffee shop. I've heard incredible things about it, so I put it on my end of year TBR because I feel like if I don't read this book this season, I'm going to put it off until next year, October, November time, and the cycle's just going to continue, and I don't want my Kindle to become something of what my iBooks account became before I got a Kindle, where I just had loads of books on there that I in the future was never interested in. So I'm going to put Legends and Lattes on my TBR for November, which is actually quite exciting because I want to read it. I think it's going to be perfect for this time of year, and it's nice to have a little bit of a break from the 4 books that are currently very daunting on my TBR. So that is book number 5, and let's go for the 6th and final spin for this November TBR. Oh, it's a long one. 2 books for the same prompt. It's because I was like, I won't do 5, I'll do 6. So now I have 7 books on my TBR. This prompt better be good. This prompt better be good. Because last month we had this prompt and it told me to get 2 library books. And not gonna lie, spoiler, those 2 library books were both 4 stars. I just ended up really, really enjoying them. But it's just like having like the brain power to try and find 2 books that aren't really interesting to you right now. So if I can get a good prompt, like, I don't know, mood read, that would be ideal. So we'll go for this one. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. Okay, this kind of works perfectly for the whole goal of my November TBR. So I can't complain if it will focus. Been putting off. That is the whole consensus of this TBR, clearly. So, 2 books I've been putting off. Easy. I have 3 options I can pick between. Careless by Kirsty Cakes, which is on my 2024 TBR. We have Friends and Strangers, which is also on my 2024 TBR. We also have Crazy Rich Asians, which is on my end of year TBR. All 3 of them I've been putting off. The other option I could pick is this YA, If You Still Recognise Me by Cynthia So. So we have 2 adult and 2 YA to pick between. And also I've got to pick 2 books for the same prompts. So I've got to pick 2 of these. 2 books I've been putting off. I think Crazy Rich Asians has come up as an option for multiple of these prompts, so I just feel like it's a sign that I should put Crazy Rich Asians on my TBR for this month. So that's what I'm going to do. Crazy Rich Asians is on there. And then we're also going to pick, I feel like I should pick Careless, but I don't think I can do that to myself just yet. I've got so many books on there that I'm like, oh, I don't know about you. So I'm going to be kinder to myself, and Friends and Strangers is the book left on my 2024 TBR that I'm still excited about, whereas the others I'm not as excited about. So I'm going to be kind to myself, and I'm going to put Friends and Strangers on my TBR, the final book on my TBR for the month of November. So yeah, that is the TBR, that is it. Those are all the spins, those are all the prompts, those are all the books. Let's do a quick roundup. So we have Last Night Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe for intimidating read. We have Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Weisner for multiple POV. We have Yoke by Mary H.K. Choi for book for a vlog and return to a soft DNF, because that was the double up prompt. We have Kismet by Luke Trendon for a audiobook. We have Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldwin for a free pick, and then we have Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan and Friends and Strangers by J. Courtney Sullivan for book I've been putting off ×2. So very hopefully a productive TBR. If I can get all these books read and end up liking some of them, that would be absolutely brilliant. But I'm very intimidated by this entire TBR, but hopefully there are some wins in this stack. It's quite a colourful stack, to be fair. I've got greens, reds, pinks, oranges, blues. So yeah, interesting stack for sure, but definitely the direction that I wanted this TBR to go, so I can't actually complain too much. So we'll see. And make sure you subscribe if you want to see any of my thoughts and feelings on these books, because I'll be weekly vlogging across November, I'm sure. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. If you like this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to future content from me. I do anything from weekly reading vlogs, monthly TBRs, monthly wrap-ups, and I currently have my Walt Disney World vlog series going live every Sunday, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss those, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!